In a stunning turn of events, Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa has been ruled out of the Thursday night game against the Buffalo Bills after suffering a concussion. And it's not the first time Tua's faced such a dangerous situation on the field. Late in the third quarter, Tua made a bold run up the middle. As he lowered his shoulder to initiate contact with Bills safety Damar Hamlin, the unthinkable happened. His helmet collided hard with Hamlin's body, and in an instant, Tua fell into a fencing response, his arms locked in an unnatural position. It was a chilling moment. Medical staff rushed to his side as players from both teams knelt around him, holding their breath. After several tense minutes, Tua stood and walked off the field. But the damage was done. He was ruled out of the game. This marks the third concussion of his NFL career. Many remember the alarming events of 2022 when Tua suffered multiple head injuries. It all began in a game against the Bills when he hit the back of his head on the ground. He stumbled, clearly disoriented, but somehow returned to play after what was initially described as a back injury. This incident triggered an NFL investigation and ultimately a change in the league's concussion policy. The NFL and NFLPA took action, firing the consultant who cleared Tua to return and introducing a new policy, the ataxia clause, which allows spotters to pull players from the game if they show concussion symptoms. But just 4 days later, disaster struck again. Tua hit his head in a game against the Cincinnati Bengals and was knocked unconscious. The world watched in shock as he was taken to a hospital and diagnosed with another concussion. The backlash was swift, and Tua was sidelined for 2 games before a third concussion in December against the Packers ended his season. Following that brutal season, Tua considered hanging up his cleats for good. His family, especially his mother, urged him to think carefully about his future. But Tua wasn't ready to give up. Instead, he chose to fight back. He spent the off-season training in jiu-jitsu, learning techniques to protect his head during falls. And it worked. In 2023, Tua played every single game, leading his team to the playoffs. And then came the reward, a massive 4-year, $212.1 million contract extension, making him the highest-paid player in Dolphins history. Now, as Tua recovers, third-year quarterback Skylar Thompson has stepped in to lead the team, with Miami trailing 31-10. The big question remains, will Tua return stronger than ever, or will these injuries cast a shadow over his future? One thing's for sure, the Miami Dolphins and their fans are hoping this isn't the end of the story.